Alright guys, today we have a game called Override Mech City Brawl on the Xbox One X. It's a game that's up to 4 players, it's a brawler, it's a 3D brawler with constructible environments, and it's definitely something that's been flying under the radar, and I think you guys really need to check out this gameplay right now and what my thoughts are. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
Alright guys, we're here with Override Mech City Brawl, so I'm excited to give you guys a look at this game. This is a game that, in my opinion, has gone under the radar. And let's look at the main menu here real quick. You see that we have a few different options here in the game. You can do versus mode in this game. You can play competitive matches either locally with 4 of your friends, up to 4 of your friends, either 1v1 or 2v2. Or you can also play online with your friends, and then here's the matchmaking where you can actually play this game online as well. And the arcade mode, which gives you a single player mode that you can go in there and do some co-op and stuff. And training on how to practice. So, let's go ahead and get into a battle real quick in the arcade mode. I want to give you guys a look into so you guys can see what the gameplay is like. This is the story mode of the game here. And you can see here that every time you come in here and it refreshes, it gives you different missions based on different areas of the world. And you get like a reward, either a weapon pack or a random mod that you can put in here. There's no microtransactions in the game or like that, but you can come in here and upgrade your research, upgrade your mech bay and your armory and stuff. What makes the story actually interesting is that they actually went through the trouble of creating actual characters in this game to specifically for the story mode. Like, you figure that you would just battle like the bots, you know, the mech bots only in the ones that you've actually seen. But that is actually not true. They actually went in here and they actually created their own enemies. Like you can see here, we're about to fight one right now. That is not a regular enemy. So come on. Damn, he knocked me straight out. And I got 2 of them. I just double kicked both of them. So in this game, you can see here that the A is the fly button. If you hold it longer, you can fly even longer. And the left trigger... Oh, wait, hold on. The right bumper and the left bumper are your arms, as you can see here. This guy just gave me a nice kickback. And the right trigger and the left trigger are your legs. Looks like we're overheating, so you can't just sit here and spam all the buttons, because if you do, you will fail because the thing won't get out there. Right actually makes you go into the thing. The Y is the shield, so they can't hit you. And as a matter of fact, let's show you guys the controls here real quick. It's probably a little easier before we get into this. It's probably a little easier. So you can see the movement, the camera, the block button I was talking about, the dash button so you could dash out of the way of attacks. You got the jump button, you could hold it for that. And then, like I said, the left kick, left punch, right kick are your attack buttons there. And the specials in the game, you can sprint, you can do that high flying kick, you can press the A when you hit the ground to get up quicker. And you have 4 different specials in the game. So you can, those punch and kicks that I was talking about, if you hold the punch button and you do the X button, depending on which arm you're actually using, is the one you do. And then you have your ultimate by doing both. So you can see here, for example, that is my special if I hold that one. And the key thing here is to make sure you're holding the X button before you're actually pressing the button in the back. Because if you don't, you will do what I did. And these monsters need to die already. And I actually have enough force super, I think. Do I? No, not yet. And these missions are obviously really easy. Let's do another one to give you guys a little bit more of how it works. You kind of saw what the basic gameplay is like, but you haven't actually seen, you know, the actual different specials that you have and stuff like that. So let's actually get into... So this is what the story mode is like. You come in here, you upgrade your weapons, you upgrade your things, and you keep going through the story mode. And obviously the missions get harder, and you can pick from very easy, and they get harder as you go along. But if we go back here to the main menu, we save and exit from the campaign. And we just do a regular, let's do versus mode. You could do free-for-all or teams like I was talking about. And each one of these 12 guys has their own different abilities and their own different ways of playing. So we'll just play against the CPU here real quick. And you can see here the different map locations that they have in the game that you can play in. Let's leave that the normal one. So this game is a hell of a lot of fun with your friends, guys. Like the mech battling and stuff and the different specials. When you get used to all the characters, like I said, they all have their own different specials. So it's really interesting. And this guy's just coming right for me. I don't even know what power. Hopefully we can see an ultimate from one of us. So the way that the combat works here, you can see the blue bar there filling up. Each square that fills up means I can actually use a special now. So if I were to hold the X button and hit this button here, so you can see here it uses a you know, one of the bars, and the regular attacks is what you want to use to actually build those blue bars. So the right bumper, left bumper, and the trigger and stuff is building that up. And he's probably on easy mode considering it. He's not doing much back at me. And what's cool also, ooh, he spoke too soon. He's smacking me real quick. What's also around the map is you can actually pick up these weapons. I just picked this up. Now I can whack him with this giant sword that I have. So there's always weapons being dropped along the map as well. To keep things interesting, I could obviously drop that if I want to. And then I could hold the X button. We could do one of these. Wait, hold on. So I just shot my weapon at him. So this is a good move here. So you do this and this. Block that move on me, come on. Get out of here. Get on my face. So that's one of them. You can go and smack them with that. And like I said, every character has their own, so I'm gonna build up some moves here. Body slammed him to the floor with that other. That was my other special, and he's actually down and out. Fortunately, we're not doing a. Let's do it one more time here, because we didn't get to do our ultimate. I wanted to see if I can show you guys that. So, let's see how fast we can get our ultimate built up here. And you can see the maps are really destructible. There's a lot of variety in the maps. That's kind of strong at me, man. So this is just chaos. Imagine 4 of your friends just knocking each other out, especially like I said, when you get good with these characters. Get out of here. Smack him back. That was another one of my nice specials here. I'm also going to do this one. Knock him back with my other one. sword around. Look. So we have a sword now that we can block with. See if we can do this special here real quick. I think we just killed him again. That's obviously the CPU on easy and stuff like that. I guess we'll leave the specials for all you, or the ultimates for everyone to discover on their own. Like I said, each one of these characters have their own ultimates, their own specials and stuff like that, which makes the game really interesting. There's 12 different mechs, as you can see in the main menu. So there's a lot of different variety in the game, and just in the mechs alone, because those 4 specials that I showed you guys, the shield that he does to protect himself, the one that he throws and flings you on the ground, the one that he throws his projectile and stuff, all of these other characters do completely different things. And as you learn them and play with your friends, they all control very differently, have their own weapons and stuff. So it's definitely a game that you guys, you know, will have a lot of fun with, experimenting with the characters and stuff like that. Think of it like a Street Fighter kind of thing. They all have their own different moveset and stuff like that. And there's not a lot of games like these guys, and this is a great party game, believe it or not. The controls, as you can see, are relatively easy to actually get into and explain to your friends, like, you know, hold the X button and hit one of the 4 top ones to do your specials while you build your meter, and then the 4 top ones are your standard moves, and you use that to build the meter, and that's it. And then left and right trigger do your ultimate once you get enough you know, meter to actually be able to do your ultimate on them. And that's basically it. And the ultimates are all fantastic. They all like have their own like crazy, you know, movie and stuff that they go through and smash them to the ground, so that's always fun to watch. So I'll let you guys explore that. I'm going to keep exploring this game and play this game even more, though, than I already have, and see if everything holds up to the way I expect and what we've been playing so far. This gives you a little bit of a glimpse of what the game is like, but let's go ahead and get to the table and let you guys know what I think about this game. Alright guys, so that was Override Mech City Brawl on the Xbox One X. So this game has gone under the radar, and it's actually really disappointing. It's too bad that this game has gone under the radar. I'm not even a big, like, Street Fighter fan. I know this isn't like Street Fighter. I'm not a big fighting fan, but this game is freaking awesome. I'm more of a fan of brawlers like Super Smash Bros. And this game like that, and this game is just so much fun to play. Obviously, you saw there's 12 different mechs that you can use in the game. They all have their own style. They all do their own moves. They all have their own specials, their own ultimates and stuff like that. They're all really well built, and there's actually 4 coming out already with the season pass. And what's cool about this game is you actually unlock all the skins and stuff like that to skin them, and there's no microtransactions in the games. You just unlock things by going and progressing through the game, and it's only a $30 game, if I didn't mention that before, so it's not even a full price game. There's no microtransactions. The legendary skins, the common skins, and all of that are just unlocked through regular gameplay, and that's a really solid thing that they did there, so props for them on that. Obviously, the graphics in here look really, really good in my opinion. I really like the graphics art style in this game. There's like, I believe, I'm trying to remember how many courses there are in the game. I can't think off the top of my head how many levels there were, but I showed you guys there before. I think there's 8 or 9 courses that you can play, and they're all very varied from each other. One of the minor complaints that I have with the game is that I wish that, like, when you're running around there and some of the things like you would expect would have a little bit more pop and it would make a little bit more noise, like the buildings and stuff that you're crashing into in that level. When you're moving around, they don't feel like you're actually running down a building. You don't hear a crash, like a building crash to the floor, or like you're building knocking anything down that's that big or destructive. It just sounds like you're running through paper. Like, it's kind of weird. But regardless, really cool. All the maps are designed really well, and they're all very different from each other. Obviously, there's the arcade mode, which is story mode, which is an interesting story mode. They actually went through all the trouble of you're not just going through arcade mode like you would think and just fighting the mechs that are in the game. They actually design their own bosses, design their own characters that you're actually fighting in these missions online. The only disappointing thing with the story mode, as you saw, is that everything is text-based, and there's no like voiceover or anything like that. It's just text, and the story's not like anything amazing. You just read, it's a okay story. You're reading through it, but the battles and stuff is where it's at, and it's a lot of fun to play in these brawlers. You could do 1v1 local or 2v2 local or online, which is a lot of fun. You could do with your friends, so you could do 2v2 or 1v1, and that's a lot of fun. Online has been fun. Haven't had any issues with lag or anything like that as far as playing this game online. But this is just a really standout game. There's not a lot of games like this, and I think they did a really solid job with this. The controls are really easy to get into. You know, the left bumper, right bumper controls the arms, and then the right trigger and the left trigger control the legs left and right. You hold the X button and then one of those limbs to actually do your specials. And, you know, it's a really easy concept. You know, when you get almost to the edge of your bar, you can go ahead and tap the left and right triggers on the back, and that does your super or your ultimate. And like I said, all the characters are so varied in this game. And it's just a lot of fun to play this game. The controls are really easy. No issues with the controls. Slight issues sometimes when you get stuck behind the corner with the sorry, what am I trying to think of? With the camera control, sometimes you get stuck in a corner and the camera goes a little bit crazy, but nothing that deteriorates gameplay for more than like a second or two sometimes, depending on what corner you're into. But overall, I really recommend this game, guys. $30 for this game on the Xbox One, on the PS4, and on PC, and I think it's flown way under the radar. This is a really, really unique game in the brawler space, and something I forgot to mention that you guys saw in the gameplay overview. Obviously, it's cool that you can pick up weapons also when you're running around the map and fighting all these big giant mechs. There's items that drop in there as well that you can pick up and use those, so it adds a little bit more flavor, a little bit more. Just an excellent brawler with the destruction that you can do in each level, and the fun ultimates and specials that you get to do in this game really make you feel like you're powerful and stuff. Just a really fun game. Like I said, you can even play with 4 people. 2v2, so you can have fun with your friends when they come over. You could do 1v1, and you can also play it online. So definitely check this one out, guys. Don't let it go under your radar. If you guys like the gameplay that you guys saw, I definitely check this one out. It's a lot of fun, and that's it, guys. I recommend it. Go ahead and check this one out. If you guys have any questions, of course, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Tech, UrGamingTechie is the gaming tech. UrGamingTechie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming